How to know you're on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you know that you're on the right path in life? The answer is simple. It's in the little signs. It's in the tiny little signs that you get in life. Because the little signs are actually the big signs. They're the ones that you really need to pay attention to. When you get a little sign, that's really the universe saying, hey, Steven, you got to pay attention to this shit. This is important. Wake the fuck up. This is it. You're doing it. So don't ignore the little signs that you get in your life. Here's an example. If someone goes out of their way to compliment you on something, if they go out of their way to say, like, let's say, like, hey man, I really like your style, or hey man, say you're at an open mic, hey, I like what you did, I like the song that you played on the guitar, I like your voice, or I like your artwork or something. That's a sign from the universe. Like, for some stranger to go out of their way to compliment you, to walk up to you, say something. I mean, even a friend or an acquaintance, but especially a stranger. For someone to go out of their way to say something to you, it's only one person, but it really is the universe telling you something that you need to pay attention to. And it's taken me a long time to understand this and to not, I don't say ignore it, but not brush it over. Because a lot of times what I would do, because I wasn't very self-confident, is they'd say something, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, oh, thank you, but in my head, I wouldn't believe it. Or worse, if someone gives you a compliment, you go, nah, that's all right, I'm still working on this joke or that joke. Don't do that to yourself. If someone gives you a compliment, receive that shit with full intention in your heart. They wouldn't say it otherwise. They've got nothing to gain. So those little things are really the big signs that you're getting in life and from the universe that you're doing something right. I mean, case in point, I think right now what I'm doing, even with you know, I've seen it in comedy, right? Because I've been doing that for so long, and I've become more receptive and open to it. But even with this, I've been noticing with YouTube, it's like I'm not really getting a crazy amount of views. I mean, you know, I'm getting some good traction in certain areas. That's not really what's standing out to me. It's like a week ago, someone emailed me, that floored me. It was so nice. Someone reached out, and even like the last 2 days or so, I had someone else that was like helping me, and they wanted to reach out and give me advice and say, I like what you're doing. Have you thought about this or that? This is one person, two people. This has nothing to do with views or virality or stuff. These are actual people saying things. And again, I take these very seriously now. I take it as like a sign from the universe that like, oh, this is how you know you're on the right path in life. It's when someone wants to reach out and say, hey, you've touched me, pause. You've made a difference. For 15, 20 seconds, for a minute, for 2 minutes, you made me forget about the hell that's out there in the world, the darkness in the world. For someone to really say something to you and to reach out, and just these little signs that you get from the universe, it means a lot. If you're a parent and someone, you know, they're babysitting, or your music teacher's like, wow, your kid's really talented, like those things too, like that means a lot. So I encourage you to pay attention to the little signs and to ignore all the things that you think are the big signs that matter. They really, they don't matter in the way that you do. Would I love if a video got 1 million views? Sure. But it doesn't matter in the way that someone saying, hey, you helped me today. That matters. All the other stuff that we want, it's gonna come eventually. But you gotta pay attention to the small signs in life. And here's the other thing. If you go, well, Steven, I don't even know what to do. Like, how do I pick a path? In my mind, this is the second most important thing. Just get started. If you just get started on something where all you're trying to do is better yourself, you're trying to make yourself better in whatever it is. If you love basketball and you don't know, hey, I don't know if I make the NBA, it doesn't matter. You're gonna learn discipline from getting up every day and working on basketball. Again, just to tie it back to this, I have to learn editing for the stuff that I do. I don't like editing at all, I'll be honest, but I know it's important. I've learned it, and I've learned little things that I've come to enjoy from working on it. And now I know, like, oh, okay, there's certain things I really like about editing. But more importantly, it's taught me discipline, and it's just helped me move forward in things that I want to do. So even with that, it's like I wasn't starting to edit to learn how to be the best editor ever or to edit for Mr. Beast. It's like I know this is a discipline I can learn. You know, there's so many like little things that go into that. Like finance. I used to work in finance. That was my first job out of school, and then after 2 years, I left the industry. I didn't like the culture of the industry of finance, aka a lot of people doing drugs, aka you work with a lot of fucking assholes. Sorry, not everyone in finance is an asshole, but people who work in the industry, they know what I mean. But it's all, these things come full circle. Like you learn a lot, and I learned a lot, and I loved the topics in the industry, certain things about like finance and personal finance. And now fast forward today, it was 10 years later, I started my show Sad Money with my co-host Alex Payne. People really like that. And it was all from having the intention of knowing, hey, I want to get good at something. I want to get better at something. And I don't know where it's going to go, but trust and have the trust in yourself and the confidence in yourself to know if I'm working on getting better at something every day, it's going to pay off in the end, right? So I may not know where the destination is, but I know I'm walking down the right path because I'm trying to get better. And all these little different things you learn, they make you. Like they make me. I don't think anyone has the same set of skills or things that I have because I've lived my own life. And it's the same for you. No one can be you because you've worked on different things in your life. So own that. There can only be one you. And if you're working on getting better every day, it's gonna work out. It will. It may not be the picture we have in our heads, but it is gonna work out in a phenomenal way. And you are on the right path if you're doing that. So trust that you're on the right path. Trust that you're walking in the right direction because you're doing better. And remember, don't ignore the little signs because that's how you know. That's how you know, man.